Yeah. But let me keep it going here. Brother Vader Base is in the building. Brother Black American Service Supply. Brother Vader in the building. What's happening with you, sir? How you looking over there in the sunny skies, brother Vader? What's happening with you, man? Are you live, brother Vader? Brother Vader, I can't hear you, sir. Okay, let me keep brother Vader there for a second. Might have to check your mic, brother Vader. I'm gonna come back to you. Brother Coke is in the building for this one. You know it's gonna be a problem now. Coke Sharpton done checked in later and he left the Coke on the dresser. Brother Coke, man, talk to me, man. What it look what it look like, Coke, man? Talk to your boy, man. Is Coke in the building? Okay, let me get that. Okay. So I think couple cats is having some audio issues real quick. Let me see what's happening with the Negro. Are you in from Biden's backyard, brother
Oh man,
Negro?
I'm in Wilmington right now, and I'm on MLK family. I'm on MLK Boulevard while I'm
Yes,
talking.
indeed.
So you already know I got the ancestors' voice on this one.
Yes, indeed.
MLK Boulevard.
Yes, indeed. Salute to that brother Negro for that. Also, a quick salute to my brother Negro for hitting the cash app. I appreciate your contributions, man, supporting the program. Let me sound the alarm for brother Negro. Drop off that Yes, indeed. But are you back in, brother Vader? Are you clear to go, sir? I think he's still having some audio issues. All good. All good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, a couple things we want to touch on. Just bring everybody up to speed if you're not up to speed yet, right? Now, first plan for black men here, right? We did a deep dive into that, and we saw that ultimately it meant nothing. It's a lot of psychological shit, right? That's just supposed to be catering to as far as mentor programs, all this other shit, right? Um, so let's go ahead and refresh everybody real quick. Salute to everybody that's checked in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as well. Okay. Now the plan for black men, ladies and gentlemen, entails this, right? Provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable, up to 20K for black entrepreneurs and other startup businesses, right? Well, other start business. Support education, training, and mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for black men, including pathways to become teachers. Okay? Let that percolate in y'all head, right, family? Let it marinate. Next, protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them know their money is safe. Okay? Next, launch a national health initiative focused on the illnesses that disproportionately impact black men. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, legalize recreational marijuana and create opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this new industry. Now, right, legalizing it, create opportunities that can mean anything, family. It literally can mean anything, right? As they say, literally. Okay? The Queen's English. So that can be anything. That could mean just you becoming an employee at the dispenser, right? That would be an opportunity because the dispensary wasn't there before, right? So let's simplify. And 9 times out of 10, when these folks are talking about quote unquote giving you anything, it is at the utmost minimalistic way of providing any quote unquote resource to us. Let's also backtrack now. We working our way up here. Launch a national health initiative focused on the illnesses that disproportionately impact black men. Launch an initiative. That initiative, ladies and gentlemen, that can be any fucking thing, just like all this other stuff. An initiative can be just a matter of flyers going around your neighborhood, family, to quote unquote spread awareness of cats, having pancreatic cancer, You see what I'm saying? That could ultimately lead to nothing. And then let's keep it a buck. On the flip side, depending on the demographic, right? A lot are sick. However, we are still that same demographic of folks who's forced to buy medical insurance. And if you don't get medical insurance, there's a fee to pay when it comes to income tax, right? So now they're acting like they give a fuck, but then you punish us for paying for something where 9 times out of 10 we don't even use the whole year. That's also we want to keep in mind, right? Everybody ain't sick like that. And for those who are, if it don't apply, let it fly. Right? However, we do need to keep in mind that at one point we didn't have to get medical insurance if any of us decided that, hey, this is an unnecessary expense. I don't need it. Then they roll it out later and say, all right, oh, you think you slick? Nah. You going to get this. Or you're going to pay a fine at the end of the year. Right? A hefty one at that, depending on your financial situation. Also, so let's keep on going back up. Protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them know their money is safe. There's a good population of our people, particularly black men, who don't even get involved with cryptocurrency. So how are they going to benefit from this particular portion, a bullet point of this plan? Right? So I want to make it make sense, family, before we really start digging into this. Pause. Right? Now, let's go up. Support education, training, and mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for black men, including pathways to become teachers. Everybody don't want to be a motherfucking teacher. That's just a fact. Everybody don't want to be a teacher. And all these mentorship programs, well, okay, after you mentor them, these same kids, here's the truth of the matter. Once you mentor these same kids or adults or men, they are not bringing these kind of practices that they learn back to the community to be of any real resource to that community. They have to go to other communities to do that. It defeats the purpose. And then they'll be lucky if they're allowed to get in those other communities. This does nothing for a black man. And then finally, provide $1 million loans that are fully forgivable. Well, 1 million loans that are fully forgivable to 20,000 for black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Now, that's if you qualify for this quote unquote forgivable loan. Right? So now we got the groundwork, right, family? Now we got the groundwork. Now let's go to the Latino plan. Okay? Let's go to the Latino plan. Shout out to Kamalita Harris, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I love you back.
Yeah.
Kamalita,
So let's,
Kamalita, Ita.
so hey, you know what, brother? You know what, brother Q? Let me give you what you need.
Oh, I love you back. Oh, I love you back. Oh, I love you back.
You know what I mean? Like, listen.
I love you, Kamalita.
We need to get some understanding today.
You ain't black.
Yeah. So let's go to the Latino plan. Right? Gentlemen and ladies, salute to everybody that's in the building. Now, here what we have, and I want to ask the family right off top. When you look at this plan on GP, just on GP, what stands out before you even read it? All right? Before you even start going in depth with that.
Families.
Well, not even the families.
Numbers.
I'm looking at dollar signs. talking there, Brother Vader? Oh, I can hear you now, Brother Vader. You was clear.
Yeah. No, I was saying I see numbers. That I see numbers on that screen. That I see 18 million. I see 600,000. I see 25,000. I see 6,000.
Mm.
I see numbers.
You see numbers.
I see tangibles.
Come on. See? Yeah. This is the black plan. This is the plan for black men. And this is the plan for Latinos. All right. Now, let's go through one. Let's go through number one real quick. All right. Now, just to be very clear, in the words of Kamala, right? This number one isn't that much different than the number one found on the black plan, quote unquote, black men's plan. Okay. But let me read it out loud. Help 2 million workers, including Latino men, get good paying jobs and get ahead in their careers by supporting new training opportunities. Okay. That's not too bad. I would say when you compare the equivalent of the mentorship program training, that is essentially kind of the same, Let's go to number 2. Okay. Help Latino men and others start and grow small businesses with no interest loans or deferred loans, repayments, and fully forgivable loans of up to $20K. Okay. Similar to number 1 as well from the black man's plan, right? Let's peep that. Right? Provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to $20K for black entrepreneurs and others. Okay. Now let's go to this part here. More than double the number of first-time Latino homeowners each year to 600,000 with 25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Let's stop right there. Brother Q, when you hear bullet point number 3, sir, what comes to mind right off top?
This is the erasure of the Black Americans. This is part of their plan, because when you don't allow a person to be compete economically, you basically wiping them out.
Correct.
You wiping them out. You're giving these people an unfair advantage. And it's as she says, it's very clear how they coming.
It's more than unfair advantage. It's more. You're giving them generational unfair advantage. Because a start to a home is a start to generational wealth that they have absolutely denied us. And so these people are crossing the border and they're given land and title. They're made knights in this land. They're given land and title. Okay. So we're still at the serf level, and these people are being knighted by coming across that border.
Well, I will say.
Can I drop something on that real quick?
Real quick, I'm gonna go. Give me a second. I'm gonna come back to you real quick. Let me salute to my brother Black Laren, and we got Hannibal in the building. Salute to Hannibal as well, brother Black Laren and Hannibal in the building. Salute to y'all for coming through and checking in with us. Salute. Go ahead, brother Negro. You got the flow, man.
I had to channel the ancestors when I was driving down Martin Luther King Boulevard. It reminds me of the Homestead Act, that whole economic floor that they set up for those white immigrants. That's what the ancestor MLK Jr. was tapping in my ear when I was driving past his boulevard this afternoon.
Well, I mean, it's looking, it's definitely giving Homestead You know, this, and they didn't have to even do a hard ask, right? This is just something that's being given to them. And my thing is always follow the money, right? But, let me go to Brother Coke. Coke, you in the building, sir? Are you loud and clear? All right, they must have still got Brother Coke zapped.
Coke is at the national network. He just left MSNBC. Yeah, to get to Harlem and you get the paperwork straight.
He's still wiping his nose off.
right. Let me bring this up though. So we're looking at a situation, ladies and gentlemen, first time home buyers, etc., all this other stuff. Now remember, these Latinos, Venezuelans in particular, are coming over here illegally. They're being given $5,000 a month. Okay. So they're establishing credit lines, etc. Well, payment history via credit, right? And Kamala's talking about making sure that, at least another 600,000 become first-time home buyers. Okay? Not even having been here. Give them the 2 years to show that they are able to pay something on time, because it doesn't matter necessarily where the money comes as long as you can show that you have been paying on time. All right? Those stipulations only apply to us. It's diabolical because we keep looking at the disappearance of what used to be Black American communities. And now you're hearing nothing but bachata and other shit, in the neighborhood. It's not even necessarily bachata, but you hearing more mariachi, and this is what's happening. Now, again, for those that we got diversified viewers with us. Again, if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay, but let's keep on reading a little bit more of this situation here. Okay, number 4, expand the child tax credit for 18 million Latino children and provide $6,000 for new parents to purchase cribs, diapers, and other essentials. So I'm just trying to find out where was the equivalent of this in the plan for Black men.
It's the abortion clinics. It's the abortion van, the minivan that she be pulling up on.
Well, again, we're looking at a situation where this is more hurry up and do nothing and provide the new buffer class with a leg above you. But you're going to hear at some point a lot of these folks who come over here illegally, they're going to say, listen, they came here with nothing, which is going to be true. And many of them may have come here with nothing, but the United States gave them everything. That's the difference. You can't run that bullshit. Okay? United States gave you a leg up. United States said, you know what? You probably didn't even own a home in your country, but I'm going to make sure that you can do it here. Okay? I'm going to make sure
like
that.
a chef, like the brother Negro said, it's very key that we point out that bullet point for Latino men and their families is encouraging them to have families. It's encouraging them to have kids.
Yep.
By telling them, listen, you don't have to worry about your diapers, the essentials that you have to have. Basically, that they're going to have free access and carte blanche to WIC. On the other hand, we're not getting encouraged to have children. It's not even a bullet point for us. They're going at our mental health. Like we're the only demographic in this country that's dealing with that has mental health issues.
Well, it's whistleblowing to me, brother Q. It's whistleblowing to the others to say, hey, those people collectively are demented. Right? This is no different than the tactics with which they use to denigrate, to diminish, to push us further in that final stage of genocide. Once you're able to have a population of people turn against one particular group, and look at them as less than, then there's nothing that's going to prevent the total genocide of a people, right? And now you got a bullshit plan, essentially saying that all black men, because this is quote unquote the plan for black men, right? All black men need mental help because they pretty much out of whack. All of them is crazy. That's a whistle blow. For me, that's a jacket. That's a jacket she put on our whole population. But it ain't none of that talk going on here. All right. Let me go ahead and let's go into that final point, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Cover the cost. Cover the cost of long-term health care through Medicare to help families care for aging parents and grandparents and keep them in their homes. This is diabolical. This is diabolical because we got family members, right, who've been paying astronomical numbers for prescribed medicine. You know, we got a lot of us got family members who can't go a day without taking at least 4 to 5 pills. They got how many of y'all got the grandma or that grandfather
Out
or
their
that pop
security
pop?
check, out their social security check.
Well, it's not like, well, even out their social, it's coming straight out of there. Also, we got folks with the family members who got that little box with their pills set up for each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through Sunday. And it's about anywhere from 4 to about 7 different pills in that little box. Y'all ever seen that? For those who got elders in their family? I'm on pills, but now you're talking about covering the cost for illegal immigrants, or essentially, illegal immigrants, for their parents to just sit home while you also give them money to have essentially what they call in the grassroots anchor babies. Yeah, come here, bring your baby. Huh? Birthright citizenship. We're looking at birthright citizenship with that number 4. This is diabolical. This is diabolical, man. But again, all the black men, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Let me get him in here. Boom.
Can I expound on one more thing, Brother Chef?
Yes, sir.
So, I missed the mark. I said that was generational wealth, on top of the fact that they're giving you land and title, right? But if you take their number 3, which is they're going to help you get a home, they're going to help you with home ownership, and if you take that number 3 and you go back to their number 2, which is these small business loans, which is what they promised us.
Right.
When you go in for a loan, what does your asset profile look like, and what does their asset profile look like?
Right.
So what kind of loan are you going to get, and what kind of loan are they going to qualify for? So now
can we?
This is an upper leg in business as well, because your $50,000 business, because that's all you could get a loan for, it has to compete with their $1 million business.
And can we raise that up a little bit more? Her plan is assimilation for whiteness for the Latinos. Let's really break this down. Let's really get this right. This is assimilation. So this is assimilation. This is assimilation to whiteness. No different from the Homestead Act, and no different from the other things that they have done to undermine Black empowerment and Black progression in the United States. That's where I'm kind of coming from on this conversation. And I'm kind of offended, because we were the ones who fought in every war. We were the ones who built this nation. And I'm gonna have to say, is this the thanks that we get? I'm gonna have to get on my Ice Cube. The things we get.
Hey, Negro, they don't care. They don't care about us. They don't care about us getting offended. They don't care about
They
us
don't give
getting
a care
mad.
about none of that
You
shit.
Negroes is gonna stay in y'all places of bottom class, no matter what y'all say and how y'all kick up. That's how they feel.
Come on.
I don't care about what they say. They showing us through actions. They do not care one iota.
You get, because of your who you are, you decide to start a business, and you get a rib cart. You get a rib cart business, okay? And you got to pay for your own permits for that rib cart business, and the cops will visit you every week to make sure that that rib cart got its permitting and all its paperwork in check, and it meets all the health conditions, and they get a full $1 million restaurant. Okay, that's what you get a rib cart. Okay, you get a little smoke. You get a little barrel smoke
Right.
behind your truck. Okay, but they get a whole restaurant because they have a home that can back that loan, and you don't.
Well, this is part of the planned erasure that's coming down the pipeline. I mean, listen, again, you got to put some respect on Kamala. She ain't really lied to niggas. She told folks exactly what she was gonna do, you know. And just to really help folks out here, let me get Kamala in the building real quick. Help us out real quick, because she also said this is a nation of immigrants, right? You told me you had a native population here already, black folks. Everybody trying to hear that shit, huh? Kamala is not trying to hear that, man. She love you back.
I love you back.
Right, Kamalita. Kamalita, y'all remember y'all ever meet Kamalita? Huh?
You ain't black.
Listen. How many of y'all met Kamalita back in the day, man? But you know what? Here's the insidious part of it, family. Right? Here's the most insidious part about it. This was already pre-planned, my family, and we talked about it. We talked about it, and we get to spin the block back a few more times. Okay, family? We get to spin the block back a few more times because we discussed this prior, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely discussed this prior, and I want to tell you, and I need to show you exactly when it began. Y'all remember this? We just touched on this, that Freedman's Bank form. She was telling you who the others were. Y'all asked when that first black plan came out. Y'all said, who are these others? Well, Kamala said, you know what? Listen, I could show you niggas better than I can tell you. These are your others. Okay? Money make the world go round. She gave us programs. She's giving them tangibles. Huh? Programs, tangibles. So when we run around and folks scream, listen, no tangible, no vote, she's like, okay, fuck you. I'll just bring another class in here. I'll bring another class in here and get them right. We can put the money wherever we feel like putting the money. But let's go ahead and show you exactly where she plans to put the money, because, again, the first rollout is this Latino plan. There's other plans coming, y'all, to be very clear.
Chuck Schumer and Senator Mark Warner and Senator Cory Booker and Chairwoman, Maxine Waters, to invest $12 billion in community lenders, which, of course, are financial institutions that predominantly do business in overlooked and underserved communities. Last month, I was proud to announce that because of that hard work and the work of many of the leaders in this room, our administration has distributed more than $8 billion of that investment to 162 community lenders across our nation. That is $8 billion on the ground in communities across our nation right now. And I'll share with you some of the examples. In North Dakota, Native American Bank lent $10 million to help fund an opioid addiction treatment facility on tribal lands. In Georgia, Carver Bank lent over $500,000 to help Black-owned companies build affordable housing. And in Mississippi, Hope Credit Union, led of course by the great Bill Bynum, lent $10,000 to a Black-owned and woman-owned coffee company to help them expand. And that's just one example of the incredible work that they do there. Since taking office, then I will tell you I have traveled our nation and spoken with small business owners who have received funds from community lenders. And I have seen what it means in terms of acknowledging, recognizing, and then feeding their ambition and aspiration and creativity, both in terms of their own aptitude and capacity, but also because they are in the best position to understand the needs and the capacity of their communities.
Oh, I love you back.
I've seen how they use that capital to hire, to open a new storefront on the main street, how they buy
You ain't black.
inventory from local businesses. The whole community benefits in one way or another economically.
Let's pause right there, gentlemen. Family in the cloud. Salute to the 80 plus in the building. The whole community benefits. How? Black folks are being driven out of their communities. These were prominent Black communities all around this country. That doesn't happen by chance. It's strategic. Okay? You deplete the current neighborhood of resources and you back the incoming community with resources. Okay? And this is exactly what she's telling us right now that they've done and they continue to do. So, again, we're dealing with a situation here, ladies and gentlemen, where it's not looking too good for Black America. You know, it's not looking too good for Black America, and the resources continue to be poured into other communities around the country. You know, we asked for so many different things, and this was the best that she can come up with. Who did she converse with? Who was the advisory on this program, on this planning of this fucking BS plan?
Yo, I bet you it was Tether.
Charlemagne
It was
and Michael
Tether.
Eric Dyson. Charlemagne and Michael Eric Dyson.
No. I can actually tell you, and it's actually better than that. It was one of her campaign managers, who is Hugo Chavez's granddaughter. So just or not Hugo Chavez, Cesar Chavez's granddaughter. Just let that soak in. That's who wrote both plans.
Wait. Vader.
So Caesar knew. Caesar said, "Listen,"
or not.
listen,
I'm saying I'm the whoever the not the boxer the you know the
no. I get you.
Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah, but I want to also.
It got Brother Vader tripping over his own words.
Yeah. I wanted to comment on the Bitcoin thing. That's normally embraced by Africans from the continent of Africa, and they use that because their money exchange rates are horrible on the continent. So they use those Bitcoins as a medium to transfer currency from one country to the next. So that has nothing to deal with us as Black Americans or Native or Americans that are indigenous here to America. So I just want to throw that tad bit in there.
You're absolutely right, brother Negro. They're big on Bitcoin. You know, that's And don't get me wrong, you can make a little bit of change. You can make actually some really good change from Bitcoin. However, a lot of Black Americans, I don't see that being our thing. But I see Brother Coke done tap back in. Brother Coke, are you up to speed, Brother Coke?
Eh, hola, señor.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love you back.
Oh, te amo también, Camila, Camilita.
Oh my goodness.
I have new business de cocaína. We accepted the Bitcoin. Uh, we want all of the Bitcoin for you, Black Americans. We give you bullshit baking powder, soda. I mean cocaína. Thank you, Kamala Harris. Thank you for giving me this dinero de negro. Muchas gracias también.
Da bien, mi amigo. Da bien. Listen, man. Listen. This is what we are, family. I'm telling you, man. Listen. Let me see. This is, nonetheless, though, ladies and gentlemen, seriously. Plan for Black America. Well, plan for Black men versus plan for Latino men. Resources, ladies and gentlemen. Resources in abundance, going where they need to go. Tax credits, okay? First-time home buyer initiatives and access. We're looking at a very unfortunate for foreseeable future. But this lady, I mean, she stood 10 toes down on saying America's a nation of immigrants. Listen, that's what they stand on. So let's play a little bit more.
Not to mention psychically from their presence. And at the same time, I have also seen how the great need for capital still remains in our country, meaning how much more work we still have yet to do. You know, I hope and know that everyone here does get the opportunity to travel our country. And from my travels, I will share with you. There are so many people in our country that have incredible dreams.
You ain't black.
Fueled by their ambition, fueled by their fueled by seeing what is possible and then going for it. But far too many still lack the resources and the support to make those dreams a reality. And what ends up happening then is these entrepreneurs cannot access capital to start a business. We're talking about families who then cannot access the capital they need to buy a home, students who cannot access capital to get an education because they live in an underserved community and because often they also do not have the benefit of intergenerational wealth. We need to address this because, again, there is a complete disconnect between their inability to grow and the fact that they are so talented and desirous of doing just that. So let's deal with that disconnect, which we also refer to as disparities, because we see that people in our country are having an experience that is not equal.
You ain't black.
Opportunity coalition.
Brother Chef, she is quick to point out these disparities, and yet there's quite a bit of disparity right there in her own plan for the two different people. What's that about?
Well, sir, I will say this, man. We are looking. They know what it is. You can't just bring a bunch of new people over without having resources to back them. If you're gonna put them in a position above a particular class, you got to fund it. You know, and they're aware of that. So they have these systems already in place, particularly with the snatching of what used to be Black Bank, is this Freedman's here. So now they made it a people of color bank and form. Why did black people allow the Freedman's Bank be expanded to other groups? Good question. I don't know why black folks did that.
And black folks didn't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
She
Let me.
did.
No, we didn't.
No,
We didn't.
hold on. No. We didn't. But that's past tense. We are present tense. See, look, man.
Elaborate, Coke.
Look, for all them sassy ass Kamala riders out there, for all of these bastards that point the fingers at black folk, all of that. You don't. This is the cheat code for all of these damn crash outs, for all of these K-highs. Look, I even showed this to my pop. My pop couldn't even stomach sitting there looking at her in front of that Freedman's Bank sign once he actually understood what happened with the Freedman's Bank. I'm actually surprised how many didn't know, but I came from that ignorant cave too. But once he knew, I had to actually break down what even happened with the Freedman's Bank while he was listening to this. Then he realized it really was a play run on all black folk. My pop got people tied directly to that Freedman's Bank from actually coming up out of the Civil War. You feel me? I haven't quite seen that on my lineage just yet. But I know that as he was tracing, I'm like, look, man, there's deposit slips and fucking everything already on this. And they ran the damn play. They took the money, and he basically said they're doing the same thing. This is the same play they ran back then when the Freedman's Bank was active. Now, they say the best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Look, I'm Chef, run this shit up. I don't care if you run this bitch on a rerun all the way through the election, all the way through the inauguration, whoever get in. But if niggas can sit there and stomach watching this heifer stand in front of that Freedman Bank sign talking about all lives matter and you gonna have to work with the Latinas and Asians need to get some because they can't speak it English, flip that shit right on them. How dare you allow this bitch to stand in front of? Yeah, I called her a bitch, called her out her name. I don't give a damn about that. How dare you let this woman stand in front of your ancestors' deposits that were stolen? You can wag the finger, all you black men don't want to support Kamala Harris. Black men don't want to do the black men don't want to do that. Shut your face, or as Chef say in the King's English, shut your pie hole and stare at this woman sitting there in front of the Freedman's Bank telling you how she is going to finesse your ancestors' legacy by tossing off all of this bullshit right in front of your face. And you still gonna support that just because she got melanin? No, this is the perfect opportunity. Where DW at? Clip all this shit up, dropping it on people. Anytime I smell somebody pointing the finger at black Americans, I need a clip. We might have to go to the shorts on this one, Chef, because the thing is, people are still catching up to this. Just because y'all did the broadcast 3 months ago don't mean that people are up to speed right now. She's telling you to play and she's running it right in front of the face. And I'm telling you, man, if I showed this to any black American, her standing in front of that Freedman's Bank with her talking this way, and they still feel that way about that woman, now the joke's on them. Now your ancestors laughing at you. And I'll take the brunt. And that's the other flipping it. I'll take the brunt. Oh, black men are the reason why she ain't doing well in the... Shit, yeah. We already gonna take everything else on our back. I'll take that on my back willingly, pause. I'll take that. Yes, I will carry that across the finish line of I'm the nigga why people don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. I'll take the whole brunt my damn self. Wish other people would feel the same. And I'll land.
That's a Coke fact. Salute to our brother Coke Sharpton in the building, man. Absolutely, ladies. Listen, why did they allow it? Nah. She just ran the play. She's running the play. Didn't run it, ran it. All of it. But let me bring it back. Let me bring it back just so we get the understanding here, Historically,
our secretary, with Janet Yellen over the years, and you know that she's an extraordinary fighter. Thank you, Secretary Yellen, and everyone here. This is a room full of leaders. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. So I will begin with some history, which I think is familiar with many people in this room, but there are many who are not familiar with the history of Freedman's Bank. So Freedman's Savings Bank was founded by the United States Congress in 1865. It was a bank unlike any other our nation had known. Freedman's Bank was established to serve Black Americans newly freed from slavery, to help them build wealth and to build a better future. At Freedman's, to open a savings account, you just needed 5 cents, which, as I've calculated, is about $1 today. In the years after its founding, tens of thousands of Black families opened an account at Freedman's. They saved up to buy a farm, to build a home, to open a business. Even school children saved their pocket money to deposit it in this institution. And then 9 years later, after the bank first opened its doors, because of an economic downturn and because of the organized assault on the project of Reconstruction.
Now, pause that right there. Pause that right there. Pause that right there. Slow this shit. Slow this shit down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Let's kick this. Let's downshift this.
Let's have a conversation then. Let's have a conversation, my nigga.
Salute the DW for requesting to wake this shit up again. So the Freedman Bank failed because of economic downturn and because of organized assault on the Reconstruction. Freedman's Bank failed because of economic downturn and because of an assault on Reconstruction. No, Kamalita. Freedman's Bank failed because you put General Howard up in there as the chairman of the Freedman's Bank. That same bank. We're going to talk about this shit over and fucking over again, Chef, until people get it through their ears. You put General Howard in there, the same alabaster bust that all of these Black melanated people at Howard University rub his chest on that courtyard for good luck. That General Howard of Howard University, name to fame, he let his friends in. He let his bankers in. Those bankers let their brothers in. In one particular case, the banker who sat on the board and claimed he wasn't on the board let his brother. So as Black Americans were depositing this money, these bankers that were sitting on the board as ghost members were using their relatives, their brothers, who sat on the boards of other banks, the national bank. In specific, I'm talking about this one. One of the guys took $500,000 of that time out of the Freedman's Bank and gave it to his brother who had no deal with the bank. And that brother put it into his bank. And guess what? They tried to invest all this money into all of these bullshit vehicles that we call 401ks today. And the market tanked. So they already had finessed the bag. They were pissed that they lost their bag that they finessed. That's what happened with that economic downturn. I think it was 1867 or something like that. There was a crash, market crash in like the 1860s. That's what she's talking about right there. But here's the thing. That didn't have nothing to do with the depositors. Depositors thought their money was still in the bank. The United States government said, we will back your claims, and lied to Black America. The United States government went to the Black South into the churches and put pamphlets in our fucking churches. And those pamphlets said, we back all of your deposits. Keep giving us more money. The United States government did this. The United States government said that. And they wound up defaulting on all those deposits. Most Black Americans got 20% of their deposit, if they even got anything back. They switched everybody over to passbooks. That's when my pop said, I used to have one of them passbooks growing up. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a book of IOUs. I had never heard of it before. Apparently, they've been running that passbook play since the 1800s all the way through to our parents. That's just a book of IOUs. And then here comes the attack on what does it say? The attack on the Great Reconstruction. No, that didn't happen either. They ran the play and ran off with the bag, but they wound up losing their money too. And whatever money was left over, they invested that shit in the railroads. Anybody ever seen that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? With all of that highfalutin and Long Island and the robber barons, steel barons and all of that shit, and the Andrew Carnegies and the Rockefellers and all of that goofy nonsense. That's the Freedman Bank's money.
Oh, wait, Cole. Can we build upon that? Because Dr. Claude Anderson also talks about how they were basically ripping off black men who were working on the railroads, right? And it was to the point that they were making bad deals against our community. And this is in Dr. Claude Anderson's book. I forgot which. I want to say Little Known History or something like that. I think it's the history book one. He goes into extreme details of what Coke Sharpton's talking about. So yeah, but yet still they say that we don't need no reparations though. But I'll digress from right there. But we don't need reparations. That's what they say.
Watch this, and I'll put the cherry on the top of that one, Negro. And this is the most important thing. Before they even started that board where they put members on it who claimed to not be on it in public, they gave them penal immunity. They gave them immunity from going to jail for anything that was about to happen. That was in the founding of the bank for only the executive board. Anything goes wrong with this bank, because it's not really a bank under the United States government. It's that public, private, public that you're talking about. Anything goes wrong, you don't go to jail. That was before the first deposit, y'all. That was before the first deposit they put that bylaw in. No matter what happens to this Freedman's Bank, none of you will go to jail. And that's when my pop said they tarnished it from Jump Street. And I said, yes. And this is why black folk and our ancestors don't fuck with the bank to today.
And on top of that, that thing that we have now called the FDIC with our banking system, that was started after that as a protection for their banks and their investments.
Come with it. Mm-hmm.
So they had a plan all along, like Coke said. Because we got to remember, after, as we would say, slavery, we had all the skills. They couldn't make no money.
Come with it, Q.
So when we were getting paid our nigger wages, they broke us even further.
Facts.
That's why if you ask your grandparents why they keep money up under that mattress and in that sock and in their bra area, they don't trust banks.
Cook, Q. Cook these niggas.
Won't trust banks.
Man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we
Wait. Can I
go ahead,
brother. Can I add one more?
Go ahead.
Also, if you put in $10,000, they will record that now. Due to the fact of the Patriot Act and also for money laundering. It's automatic forms that will pop up if you put 10K in there. So even if your family was saving up a long time, they're going to still scrutinize you and it's going to come on your tax return, or you might see some federal time, or you might have some suits popping up at your door. Like, this is some extreme stuff.
Well, I see. Hey, brother Negro, are you in Biden's backyard right now? Because it sounds like they got.
Yeah. I'm in the Biden Library headquarters right now. Wonderful. So we on a quiet tip right now.
Yeah,
we need to
behind enemy lines.
We should really do, and this is just a suggestion for myself to everyone in the chat, as well as anybody that's going to see or hear the rebroadcast. Just take some time and understand what happened in Jekyll Island.
Go with it, Q.
What happened on Jekyll Island? Why Jekyll Island still to these people is hollowed land. Jekyll Island is an island off the coast of Georgia, and how these people set up a banking system. So we need to understand what happened, and all of this stuff that we see and we discuss, it all is relevant to us never having an economic footprint in this country. Because if you allow us to have, this is why integration did not help us.
Come on with it.
That further destroyed Black Americans. It did not help. We have no Black communities. So we should just get that out of our head. We have Black we don't even have a Black. Well, do we got a Black neighborhood, y'all? I don't think we even got a Black neighborhood.
Q, if you find it, let me know. I like to see it.
So,
a Black American community.
Yeah. Right. So we need to put in perspective of and this is directly to the brother, a brother or sister, I don't know who you are, nobody, that Black Americans did not do this to themselves. This was systematically done to Black Americans. The systems that's put in place are put in place to break Black Americans. Like they, Chef C, when you make that good old chicken and the jokers be something there, Paul sucking on the gristle.
Right.
That's what they trying to do. That's what they doing to us. They want it all.
Hey, brother Q, you ever seen that?
Hold on, Coke, real quick. Let me salute to my brother Nico for checking in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, brother Nico in there. Salute, Nico, salute. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Hey, who on the panel has seen that movie with DiCaprio, The Great Gatsby?
Yes,
I've seen it.
Listen.
There you go. Come with it.
That was towards. I went to school in the burbs, in the sticks. That was we knew about that movie in 6th grade.
Come on.
But people didn't catch. They kept they understood the historical perspective of, but they didn't understand through the lens of Black Americans.
Come on.
And even to this day, you'll catch some Black people having a Great Gatsby theme party, which is crazy.
That was your money. That's your ancestors' monies.
Well, hold on, brother Coke. I need you to wake the significance of the Great Gatsby movie up for folks. You need to wake that up.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. So the best way as you're going black doing your lineage, you start. There becomes a pattern, and oftentimes that pattern starts circling around decades. Partially because of the census, probably mostly because of the census. But America is better understood in decades because then you can start seeing waves. American history happens in waves, especially immigration. Again, like I said before, it's like an ocean. It's not like a water faucet. A lot of people think immigration and a timeline is like when you go over to your kitchen, your sink, like right there. That's like a timeline. That's like immigration. No, it's not. It's more like a wave. There's waves of immigration that usually are set off by legislation. So you're looking at the Civil War, coming out of the Civil War. Now you got Reconstruction popping off. That's really these quote unquote carpetbaggers is what they call them. And let's be very clear. The Democrats would, not the Democrats, the liberals, if you will, of that time, because that's the same thing under a different name. The liberals were coming down from up north, wagging a finger and saying that this is what we need to do, the real Gestapo takeover. And let's be very clear. A lot of our people, as we coming out of slavery and all of that stuff, we wasn't rocking with them carpetbaggers like talking about anyway. I'm not saying we was ha-ha and kikiing with Massa, but we didn't trust these bastards from the north either. And they fumbled the bag down there. They really arguably left us more fucked up. They fumbled that bag and then they took it out on us. So they came down, ran the jukes play. Go, we need funding down in the South. We need to help these niggas. And then they took the bag and then they freaking ran back up to DC. Now let's work on this Freedman's Bank, if you will. That's going on around the same time. And so what they did was they made sure it wasn't attached to the United States government, just like the Federal Reserve. I'm talking to you, Janet Yellen, sitting in that room right there. Janet Yellen, head of the Treasury, Jekyll Island. Salute to the waking that shit up. We're not there yet, though. So you fast forward as that's going through. Lincoln gets killed, all of that, and then the state goes heavy into Dixie crackdom. You understand what I'm saying? Was it Andrew Jackson Johnson? Johnson. One of them Andrews, that bastard reneged everything, turned everything, flipped it on his head, and that's when those black codes started coming about. Now, keep in mind, we still making deposits into this Freedman Bank at the time. The Freedman Bank really started off for a lot of the black Americans that had fought under the Civil War. They were some of the initiators and the depositors in the Freedman's Bank. They were taking a lot of their pensions and a lot of the monies that they had made from it and their startup capital, the sharecropping, all of that stuff, the little bit that they had, and then they put it into that Freedman's Bank. Here comes the economic downturn of the time because there was no Federal Reserve yet. There was no really no economic hand like talking about yet. You understand, when Jekyll Island hadn't happened yet. These bastards ran the play saying, we're going to get these niggas to deposit all this money in this Freedman's Bank. We're going to put the brothers of the boards. Okay, so there was existing banks already. The main one was the National Bank in D.C. His brother was one of the first ones on the board. I don't quite know his name right now, but that was the play. That was the setup. Go tap all of the people who run the banks locally in the DC area, tap them on the shoulder and get their family members. I'm telling y'all, don't just look at these politicians. Look at who they married to. I'm looking at you, Mitch McConnell, and your billionaire wife. Look at who these politicians are married to. Look at their brothers. Look at their cousins. Look at the damn siblings. They're the ones that they'll install to run the play. And then why would they even take the play? Because they say, well, we'll make sure you don't go to jail. So the Freedmen's Bank was very short-lived for the most part. But once that economic downturn came about, that jacked them up. Not all of them, but a good chunk of the money got jacked up because they were leveraging the money. And for anybody that knows what leveraging is, it's that you got $1 and you think that that dollar's about to turn to $2, so you go run and borrow another $10 from someone else. Here's the thing about using leverage: if that market goes short and goes south, you're hosed. Because you didn't just lose your money, you lost everybody else's money. Now, where I come from, that shit'll get you fucked up, if not unalived. Where they come from, put Frederick Douglass in there to take the fall.
Hey, Coke, let me ask you a question while you cooking. Just to ask you about these caramelized onions.
Come on.
Why is it so important to look at who they marry? What does the marriage do?
Well, the marriage, at least I'll use Mitch McConnell, for instance. The marriage allows people, a Republican, to be married to a Democrat and let her open up the nonprofit and do and get the funnel the billions through her. It allows them to play both sides of the field and with no sides at all. A lot of this stuff is mixed up with these spouses. Let's be very clear. You want to marry for love? Fuck that shit. They ain't nobody on that type of time. They still on the type of time of two families coming together and how can we run the jokes?
So
look at Mitch McConnell. Look at Mitch McConnell's wife.
So
go in on Mitch McConnell's wife, y'all.
Hey, Coke, from your understanding, and I know I'm trying to cook with you, is marriage is the biggest transfer of wealth.
Bingo. Come on with it.
I would say marriage is the biggest transfer of wealth. I'd actually disagree with that.
Come with it.
Okay.
Come on.
Marriage is the biggest accumulation of wealth within a lifetime. Because the biggest accumulation of wealth is always going to be that probate inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
even divorce. I'd arguably say divorce is a bigger accumulation, is a bigger distribution of wealth than while they're in the marriage. Because while you're in the marriage, you're collecting wealth, but nothing's really being distributed. You know, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. That's more like marriage.
Real quick, hold that thought real quick. I want to salute the brother Nico for supporting the program. Salute the brother Brother Nico supporting the program. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, can I add something about Frederick Douglass? Wasn't Frederick Douglass, didn't he have a white wife, and didn't he advocate for the Chinese too to unban the Chinese Exclusionary Act? He supported against that. See, this is why I harp on these type of relationships, like interracial marriages and other things of that nature, because you do things instinctively against your community. Yes, even beloved Fred Douglass screwed up too. So keep that in mind.
Go with it, Q. Go with it, Q.
I love you back.
I love you.
Nigga got a real live mirror pot going on right now, boy.
Yeah. They need to get him up out of that corner though, out there in Biden's backyard. They got him hemmed up.
Well, watch this. Frederick Douglass was already prepped for the role. I got to give him credit. I can't kick his back in too much. He really actually he really wanted to keep it going. Once it started going downhill, because a lot of people don't know. After that economic downturn, that was the beginning of the slip and slide. They really pulled the rug from under the Freedman's Bank once they installed Frederick Douglass. Because going to the churches wasn't quite working. Black Americans like, I'm not too sure about this. White man, you good on that. I don't need your pamphlets. Why are you even in my church? It wasn't working, but the bank was still failing. Frederick Douglass went in there. He used his own monies, Q. Yes. He used his own money to try to keep that bank going. And they said, thank you. You just turned my rug into a Persian. So why did they select Frederick Douglass? Because to Negro's point, back in 1848, this is part of the movie where you do and you go back in the flashback real quick. 1848, Frederick Douglass gets visited by John Brown. That says, hey, we trying to run this play down at Harper's Ferry. What's good with you, homie? And Frederick Douglass was like, I'm good. I got to go. And see, people know up to that point. But the part that they don't know afterwards is I got to go up to upstate New York to a little place called Seneca Falls. Because up there, this is where they're starting the first feminist movement up there. And I need to go up there and be a representative. And why y'all asking this kitchen? Because the first feminist movement entails white men standing there not letting women vote at their own damn meeting. It was Frederick Douglass that walked in that room and said, white boy, you gonna let Becky get her freedom with this vote right here. This is what that quote-unquote suffrage movement was, y'all. Don't let these feminist bitches fool you. Frederick Douglass started the suffrage movement.
And Susan B. you still hated that man.
Exactly. So they knew he was right for the pick, and they knew all they had to do was throw some pink poon in front of his face 20 years later, and he'd gladly take over the realms of the Freedman's Bank. So as they tried to invest in all these railroads, some actually made it. Shout out to Andrew Carnegie, you piece of shit. All of those. Now we're getting into the Great Gatsby. And most didn't eat, but a handful of them ate all the way through into them roaring ass 20s. And when them roaring 20s came, here come the Great Gatsby. That's the thing. And really, I'm going to give y'all a cheat code. It was the United States, that same group that was formed in Jekyll Island that created the Federal Reserve. Ben Bernanke actually came through about, when was it? About 6 years ago, when he stated, and I quote, and nobody saw this because they was too busy on got to get Trump out. The Federal Reserve came out and proclaimed, yeah, in retrospect, we're the ones that caused the Great Depression. Whoops. Our bad. We'll try not to do it again. And they buried that news clip. You can still find it on YouTube. Yes, the Federal Reserve. So for all the people out there that think, oh, inflation is when the prices go up. No, that's when businesses raise the price. Inflation, it's going to be too much money is in circulation. No, extra dollars into circulation is a symptom of inflation, not the disease of inflation. Inflation don't even work that way. It is the Federal Reserve that is controlling the everything from the interest rate and the one part, now this is an alley-oop even the Vader. I know he on this type of time. The Federal Reserve also controls the unemployment rate.
That's right. Because most employment pay is done through the credit system. When assets freeze, that's when layoffs happen.
Hey, can we circle back to Seneca Falls real quick?
Sure.
Seneca Falls also has an interesting connection with the NAACP. You can Google that. Yeah, let's talk about that. There is a connection because of the convention that was held. It was with abolitionists and civil rights and also with women rights. Those were the three foundations that actually built up the NAACP prior its predate in 1848. So Seneca Falls is a very, very pivotal influence when it comes to the NAACP and also the advancement of civil rights all the way up to the modern day. So I just wanted to throw that little tad bit in there specifically about the Seneca Falls Convention that he was talking about for women's rights.
Sorry.
And let's be clear, y'all, at the turn of that century, even with all this going on, we still had millionaires popping up out of nowhere at the turn of the century. Yes, a lot of us were sharecropping. However, there were a lot of Madam C.J. Walkers that were popping up out the woodwork in spite of and in lieu of. We was doing this all from the mattress, y'all. From the mattress. We fund these people's shit. They still undermine us and we still pop off being millionaires and they still go looking for the mattress.
Facts. I misspoke earlier. I said assets freeze, but I meant credit markets. When credit markets freeze, that's when layoffs happen.
Peace, family. Listen, check. I just want to remind a few folks about something that was phenomenal that we saw. We heard about it some time ago here, ladies and gentlemen. I think it does matter that we refresh a few folks' mind here. Okay, it's time that we do that. There is a program.
It ain't worth the job if I can't say what I believe.
Yeah. So I want to bring everybody back to memory lane real quick. Y'all remember when Biden sat down a bunch of bootlicks and started throwing the lashes out? And and even then, this is 2020, y'all. And Biden was telling everybody what the plan was going to be. See, I think the thing that keeps us in the position that we are a lot of times is that, unfortunately, we have very bad memory. Okay? And unfortunately, the pain that goes along with those situations, that dissipates. And then even along with the actual memory that comes along. So we need to get some refresher in here. Salute to the 100+ in the building. All right? Biden in there swinging that slave master. All of them bootlicks in there. Uncomfortable in the mug. So this is when he sat down with your quote-unquote civil rights leaders. Okay?
In elite audio.
Right. So fair use, y'all.
I didn't want to run this time because of the racist son of a gun who was president of the United States of America. That's why I ran. And you remember, a lot of you told me talking about the soul of America was going over people's heads. They didn't know what we're talking about. The words of a president matter. What a president says matters. And you've never seen me shy away. In the middle of the debate, I called him a racist. In the middle of the debate with him, I took on white supremacists. I'm the guy that took on every single time somebody was threatened in this country. The only white boy you know who did it. Period.
Look at your leaders. Getting them lashes. Yes, massa. Head down. Look at Al Sharpton.
I forgot. Did Biden really call himself a white boy?
I just hold on. Let me.
Can you spend that black, please? I didn't remember that part. That's why. That's nasty work right there.
The only crackle.
It would be my unadulterated pleasure to do this, sir. Fair use.
People in our community are getting a little anxious because they are not seeing enough of the
done this far. Okay, number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election, and I never ceased from it. One was on restoring the soul of this country because of what I saw happen in Charlottesville. That was it. No one else was talking about it. The words of presidents matter. Nobody else. No progressive.
He beating the dog shit out of them, wagging the finger and everything. But I digress.
Wow. See,
wait a minute, Cersei. Cersei.
My son.
Did he clap his hands when he said "I mean what I say," and when I say it, almost like a bad bitch in the hood ready to put some Vaseline on her face? Did he just clap his hands, talking "I mean what I say" when I mean it, like he talking to a 5-year-old that's still outside when the street light came on?
Hold on, let me play this.
I did. My son Bo used to have an expression. He'd say, "Remember, Dad. Remember, Dad. Home base. It ain't worth the job if I can't say what I believe." I didn't want to run this time. I ran this time because of the racist son of a gun who was president of the United States of America. That's why I ran. And you'll remember, a lot of you told me talking about the soul of America was going over people's heads. They didn't know what we're talking about. The words of a president matter. What a president says matters. And you've never seen me shy away. In the middle of the debate, I called him a racist. In the middle of the debate with him, I took on white supremacists. I'm the guy that took on every single time somebody was threatened in this country. The only white boy you know who did it.
The
only white boy y'all know.
I'm the only crackle.
Shout out to Biden beating them slaves. These the slaves I pull up to watch get whooped. You listen. I watch these slaves get whooped. Yeah. I know some folks is gonna be triggered off of that. Fuck yeah. These are the ones that be backstabbing our communities. Ain't no mercy here. Yeah. So Biden, do what you do. Do what's in your blood to these folks. Yeah. Let me play some more though. He the only white boy who gave a shit about you Negroes. Where Farrakhan at? Look at cause Farrakhan gonna keep it 100 with us in this time for these
scared to death Negroes.
Yeah, Farrakhan. Shout out to Farrakhan in that moment.
Period. Out there. Every single time. So look, all I'm saying here is, guys and ladies, we're on the same exact page. The same exact page. We talked about closing the racial wealth gap. That's the single biggest thing I want to get done. It's the ultimate equalizer, no matter what else happens. Because I plan on spending over $15 billion to provide for opportunity for young black entrepreneurs to get them off the ground.
Hold it.
Wait a minute.
Hold it. Wait a minute, Coke. Y'all know where I'm going. How much did he say?
15 billion.
Let's pull up this black plan for black men. 20K. All right, so 1 million times 20K. How much? How much?
That's 20 billion. They just shy of it. That's why they need our signing. We talked about it before. That's what they said. 12. I sat and I negotiated with Nancy and yeah, $12 billion. She's taking Joe's shit. She finessing the jokes off of Joe. Let's be clear, as she was in the room with him when he said it. Chef, can you show that panel though real quick? I'm going to show you the difference between on their next panel and niggas that's got that have their necks been on. Look at the body language of the males, and I'm not calling them men because not all males are men. Look at the
down. But the posture is just defeated.
Defeated. Listen, Biden got
just step in their necks
on them niggas.
Hey, family, don't forget. There's the NAACP guy. Isn't Derek in there? Isn't that Derek, the president?
There's a bunch of chucking job, yes a massa, yes a balls ass niggas in there, and you got wenches in there too. Let me play some more of this though. I don't want to go too far. We just making sure that these plans are making sense, right? We're just making sure that the plans are making sense, family.
Black farmers to be able to own their own property. Young people being able to.
Let's talk about black farmers now. Let's go back to this, gentlemen. Okay? For black men. Yeah? Black farmers. Now, there was also an initiative for the black farmers that Biden wanted to touch on here. Okay? But we're looking at some of the... Hold on. I got some shit I screenshot here. Shout out to everybody that's in the building with us. Okay? I'm going to pull some shit up. Because it's time to work. It's time to work a touch. Family, it's absolutely time to work. Okay? Let's see. Ranchers. Let's zoom in here. I got to work a little bit, family. Can I work? Can I cook a touch? Okay. Now, this is part of Kamala's Black Men's Plan, y'all. Particularly on the farmer side of this. Okay? Now, this is one I wanted to highlight here. Now she'll commit scaling financial support of the federal government to scaling this program up by providing additional financial support to more farmers and ranchers facing financial stress, including black farmers. Why you got to include it if it's for us? Including black farmers, ranchers, so that they can grow their farm and ranches and stay competitive. So when Biden tells us that he put what money where, that's my question. Right? Biden just talked about his little initiatives with farms, with black farmers. So, yeah, I need to cook a touch here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's go back to Biden. Let's give Biden what he deserves, right? You know, I don't want to take nothing away from Biden, you know.
To get their first $15,000 down payment on a home, making sure that they have
$15,000, y'all. Let's go through this plan real quick. $15,000. Okay, so now we're talking about a little $20,000 for entrepreneurs, $20,000 for $25,000 for the Latinos, right? Let's get into it. Let's get into it a touch here for the family. Let me pull it up. Right. So, more than double the number of first-time home buyers, first-timer Latino homeowners, 600,000 with 25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. I just want to let that percolate. Right? Kamala has not come up with a plan of her own. All she's done is remix what Joe already had out and made a couple edits. However, it's still at the detriment of black Americans. Okay? We're not here to play the game. Listen, salute to my sister Star for checking in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to our sister Star, as usual, man. Let me see what the hell is going on here, man. Hold on. Bear with me, family. Bear with your boy. Okay? Bear with your boy. Why is my screen shrinking? Let me get back to this. Let me get back to my normal sizes.
But the chef,
yeah.
That number, 600,000 times 25,000, that right there, and the fact that they're doing it annually, that's 15 billion a year. That's 15 billion a year of grants to border jumpers. Those are grants. Those aren't loans. That's down payment assistance is a grant. It's 15 billion a year. Right there. Right off top. Do we even give Israel that? do we even give Israel that? These Latinos came up.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. This is what we're looking at, the technology and language in these plans, and ultimately we're tracking. We're taking a trip 4 years ago, y'all, just to kind of keep it a buck. It's not even so much a trick. Kamala was there. She's there now. And they've always told us what they were going to do. It's more so Kamala being there to carry out the plan.
And even so, Chef Seed, even so, what you're saying is that Joe continuously says she's been with me every step of the way.
Right.
In her campaign, every now and then she'll try to distance herself, or they'll ask her a question like, what's going to be any difference? And she'll get confused because really it's no difference because she basically copy and pasted his stuff.
Absolutely.
And she knows what's going on. She's just using different verbiage. Like in the clip that you have, after he spanked them, he gave them an admonishment. He said, you need to get with the Latinos.
Oh, hold on, Q. We gonna give it to the folks. We gonna give everybody what they need today, man. Yeah, it makes sense because Q. I mean, listen, he already told us that they're gonna financially back these folks and put them in a position to win. Okay, and they don't have to have credit histories. They don't have to show any steady job records, none of that shit that we have to show when going to, for example, to apply for a loan to get a mortgage going or some shit like that. All of this stuff we have to show years of a history of having to qualify. These folks ain't got to do none of it. Let me play some more of this.
An opportunity to gain wealth. We can do all the rest of this unless the Black community is able to make up the wealth gap, in my humble opinion, is real trouble. I support same-day registration. I'm the guy that extended the Voting Rights Act for 25 years as a United States Senator. Before, Sherilyn, you were even involved. I got it. I started off, I'm much older than you. That's why I got involved in politics. The assault on the Black vote
Chef,
and voting rights.
Yes, sir.
He said
he little boy in the shit out of them, but go ahead.
He said unless the Black community can close the wealth gap, as if that shit's on us. Right. Like he just threw it out there like that's on you niggas to do.
And brother Vader, that just goes to show in his the way he worded it, how they've been trying to use our reparative justice as a talking point instead of something very tangible.
Right.
Exactly.
See, this is what they do to try to get in the door, appease a couple grassroots groups, and then at the end of the day, the way he talked to them, honestly, this is 4 years ago. This is embarrassing.
Cooked.
The way he's spanking them and them being condescending after the spanking.
Right.
Like,
Hey,
if I was in that Zoom call, I would have had to log off. Because you ain't going to have me a part of your shit like this. This is disrespectful. He's spanking them. And Kamala's sitting there like, this is how it's done. And that's why
I love you back.
Because she see, all you Negroes talk all this stuff, but when power speak to y'all don't know how to act.
You sit down, you put your head down like dude in the far right bottom.
He's spanking them. Look at the old timer all the way to the right. He done.
Cool.
He ready to eat his 2 Milanos and a cup of tea.
Let me hold on. Let Roland Martin get in here.
Cooked.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So
hey, Chef C.
yeah.
We we have to be inclusive in this kitchen here. Inclusivity and equity, and so we have to be inclusive because for this particular broadcast, we might have some gualas of the Mexicano beaner ilk and of the Venezuelan ilk. So what Biden is saying to all what Biden is saying to all of y'all that are of that ilk. Let me hit you with a translation.
Come here. Hey, fuck you, man! Who put this thing together? Me. Me.
Oh, I love you back.
Exactly. Who put
I
this
love
thing?
you too, Camalita. I love you too.
Exactly. I put this thing together because you Negroes can't put together nothing yourself. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Camalita, hija.
This is disrespectful, man.
Yeah, let me say this. This ain't the type of time where Massa bring out the Negroes so we can watch them and try to keep us all in place. No, I got popcorn. If I was around at that time, I got popcorn to see this one. Okay? So yeah, I'm not gonna have a reverse effect and be scared by watching these Negroes get Biden slayed. No. I like this for them. I really like this for all of them, especially Al Sharpton, bobblehead ass.
Across the nation has never been more ugly than it is today. You got to go all the way back to the original Jim Crow to get where this guy is. If in case you haven't looked, we have the largest voting right. Kristen, my operation, 1,000 lawyers, bigger than you or anybody else out there on voting rights. 1,000 in this campaign. Not a joke.
Sunned them. Bigger than you or anybody else. Little Negro.
1,000. So I want you to know, I understand this. I know, look at the 38 cases that have been brought against my being president of the United States. All about phony actions. And so I think there should be same-day registration, automatic voting rights. I've been pushing, and I got a number of people that significantly to the effort down in Florida to make sure that
Look at Biden's posture, y'all. If y'all can see that, family, he done rolled his sleeves up, looking at him like, you better understand what I'm saying. And the rest of them Negroes, I'm not even talking about the Negresses. The Negroes are defeated. Look at their posture. Done. Nigga over here with the little lapel on. You sunned. You got this cat with his head down looking, when is this going to be over? Look at this cat on the far. This your black leadership. Your quote unquote black leadership, y'all. Cooked.
federal prisoners who serve their time have every single right restored to them. That's been my position before it was anybody else's position. I've been out pushing that.
The crime bill,
In addition to that, I think it's really important that no one goes to prison for a drug offense. Nobody. They go into rehabilitation. That's what we should be building, rehabilitation centers, not more prisons. I have a $20 billion effort that I'm proposing to get states to change their sentencing guidelines so that there is no more mandatory sentences across the board. In addition to that, we're talking about having diversity hiring in every agency. I promise you that is going to.
Did he say DEI just now? Yeah. Listen.
No, he didn't say DEI. He said, I promise. And you see what happened to that.
Cooked.
Going to happen. We're just getting started here. Police reform, judicial reform. Look, you know, if you notice, when I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee and when I was advising the president, who did we get on the court? We got on a woman who worked for me, became a member of the Supreme Court. Another woman who was a leading Hispanic in America, no one paid attention to, is on the court. All the people that I pushed on the court have been really pro-civil rights judges.
Let's stop right there. Pro-civil rights judges. What has that? That's more black faces in high places bullshit. Shout out Kataji P. Jackson. All right, Kataji Jackson. Shout out to that. Melanated. Not black American. Okay? This is the stuff that they'll give you the symbolism. This is what Biden is admitting to us right in this particular thing. So then with another situation where more symbolism is driven out in front of us, such as this. This is symbolism. This is a hey big head. You know, this is a DM, y'all. This is a DM in your DMs from a chick that you used to deal with back in the day. Right? And you realize why y'all ain't never really work out. But she hey big head in you, and this is what you get with the hey big head in your DMs. That shit ain't never work out, man. Let's keep on going a little bit more.
Across the board. And I, like you, the idea, Kristen, that everybody has to be a prosecutor. I'm a public defender. When I'm president of the United States of America, we're going to see to it that public defenders, federal defenders, get paid the same as federal prosecutors. So we can attract people. There's a whole range of things I guess I'm trying to say here. Look, the whole idea of equity is built into everything we've done. For example, I laid out my COVID team. Nobody's ever done this before. We're going to have Marcela Nunez Smith, but yeah, she is going to have one job. We have an equity task force. Her entire job is to deal with the inequity that exists because of racial discrimination.
Let's go there. Gentlemen, let's just speak on that, the inequities because of racial, quote unquote, discrimination. Right? So
Marcela Nunez Smith is over racial equity.
Go to the math. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I stopped right there. Y'all want to know because we're still talking. Let's be clear, family. Let's be very clear in the words of Kamala Harris. We're still talking about the same administration. Right? It may seem like such a long time ago when this first came out, but we're talking about the current administration. So when we get a proposed plan such as this for black men, who was her name again, Brother Coke? That's over that Biden just said?
Oh, Seth, a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Okay, sir.
This is one of those ones where you might want to Google and show the whole entire chat. Marcela Nunez Smith.
Really, sir?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Marcela, huh? Let me see if I can find her.
Nunez Smith.
Matter of fact, drop that in my joint because of whatever's happening with my screen here. If you can drop it in the chat.
No, I'm dropping it in the chat right now.
Yeah, that private one. I'll pull it up. But ladies and gentlemen, when you think about the nothing, the empty, actually it's not even empty promises. There's just no meat in this plan for black men. But then you turn right around the corner and you see it's a lot of meat in this plan. Even though it's primitive, I'm not going to say it's something major like being, done that's, super like astronomical. However, it's got enough meat to make a difference to our community. And look where it's going to. Okay? 600,000 new first-time homeowners. They're going to get $25,000 to assist in the purchase of that shit. That's meat. Okay? Let me see something here. Let me see what Coke dropped. Pardon me, y'all.
And for all the Spanish, the people that speak it, the Spanish out there, since it's two L's, it's Marclla, Biden mispronounced it. It's actually be Marsella, because two L's in Spanish sounds like a Y. I see the play that they running though. I see this play. Wait till you see the play. A picture's worth 1,000 words on this, or 1,000 pesos on this Marsella. Yeah, bring her up, chef. Marsella, will you please come to the front of the Catholic Church, please? With your equity inclusion ass. This is Marsella Nunez, y'all.
Afro-Latina?
Camalita, hija.
Yeah. Very interesting.
This is the one they parade up in front where she got to be, she black because she got the lots, and she got to be for me. She's shopping the same hair care products.
Black girl tragic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh prima chica. Oh prima chica. For the translation for Q. Push through, girl. Push through. Yes.
Salute to everybody that's checked in, family. 110 plus in the building. Let's keep cooking a little bit more here, though. So now we know who's out there. Right, we got Marcella Nunez, right? Smith. Okay. You got these bootlicks. You know, what else do you want from me? But let's play a little bit more.
And Ms. Campbell, that's what this is all about. Making sure that, you may remember, I'm the first person, black or white, who called attention to the fact that you were finding that there was the rate of people who were African Americans are dying was 3 times that of white people. That's because a friend of mine, a white guy who happens to be, as you well know, Derek, the mayor of the city of Detroit, called me to tell me about it. I insisted that we keep a record on everything that happened since then. Guys, guess what I'm saying, guys, is, you know, I mean what I say. The hard part here is I'm going to have a lot of trouble. We're going to have a lot of trouble getting a lot of this done with this Congress. And so the question is, for example, you know, I'm going to be appointing at least, and I'm, you know, look, the reason I'm not telling you who the other black made cabinet positions I'm going to appoint are is because it'll get out. And guess what? I can't defend them. They're
cap.
Wait, what town did he say that this mayor was from? They called him in what
Detroit.
Town? So, how's Flint doing? How's Flint doing?
Okay. That water's still dirty.
How's Flint doing? And who did Eminem bring out? Man,
listen, yeah, I like that. Right, we hearing all of these fly. It's a lot of fly shit he talking about right now. It really is.
They're going to be out there by themselves without any defense before their name. They're going to get ripped to shreds. That's why I'm going to wait. You will be pleased, I believe. You will be pleased to see there will be more African Americans in major positions within a cabinet in major spots and more Hispanics in major spots than ever in American history. That's going to happen. I promise you that.
Let's talk about it.
A quote unquote black American, or he used the term African American, didn't he? A quote unquote African American was president. Highest office in the land, highest office on the planet. And that nigga was not able to do shit for Flint, Michigan or Jackson, Mississippi.
Yes, he was. Didn't you take him? Didn't you see him out the sippy cup?
Man,
yeah, he
he
took a
didn't.
sip.
His lips didn't even get wet, bro. How the hell you drink and your lips don't even get wet?
Let's play some more of this, y'all. Because he about to walk him down, I think.
And the other thing is, for example, thus far, for example, when we went ahead and we made sure that, I have as, the Secretary Janet Yellen, but at number 2 is Wally Adeyemo, an African American, who is the number 2 guy with real authority at that department. Look underneath just what we're doing in addition to the people we've already named. You're going to see people. Look, and, Cecilia Rouse, Cece, she is a significant player. That's a serious position. But it's like when I named her, well, I don't know if that counts. I'm not so sure. Well, if it doesn't count for y'all, well, the hell with y'all. But because.
Wow. If it don't count for y'all, then the hell with y'all. I think it's more to hell with y'all. What y'all think?
Folded them niggas. Folded them scary Negroes.
Hey, Chef.
Hold on, Q. Listen, I need Farrakhan right now. Sir.
Scared to death Negroes.
All right, Q, you got it, man.
Look at Sharpton. Sharpton is looking like, I thought we was done with this in the 80s, Joe. You still spanking us? I thought we crossed the bridge. Sharpton probably just drove right back to Manhattan. He probably went out that office, right? And probably told his people, I just got off the phone on a Zoom call with the president. He gonna help us. Switch the whole narrative. Because he spanked the hell out of them just now.
Nigga said the hell with y'all to all of their faces and look
It's
at
embarrassing.
them. Sad.
Well, Brother Q, he's learning from the best because as I look up here, our friend Marcella Nunez, Joe Biden just lied to us. Because was my ears working properly when he said that he hired someone new to handle racial equity in America, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So why would he hire a PhD in the health industry to do that? It's because he didn't hire her to do that. See, I'm on X right now, walking her down at sign Dr. Nunez Smith, Dr. Marcella Nunez Smith, U.S. Virgin Islands is what she's claiming first. Yale professor, physician, former presidential COVID-19 health equity task force chair.
Hey, can I comment on that? Because you talking about you barking up my school alley and all that stuff. Because I swear I've seen that woman before, honestly. Because my school, University of New Haven, is right off the street. So when I observe this type of behavior, let me throw something in a picture for you, in the chat box. Give me a minute, and I'm going to show you something about these people using the term African American to infiltrate into the black politics, even in the collegiate level. Give me one moment, please.
And watch this, y'all. She follows 6 people. The 6 people she follows is President POTUS, the @POTUS account. This for you, Negro. Hope you got your ears open in Biden's bushes. At Eric_Yale, ERIC, led by Marcella Nunez, which stands for Equity Research and Innovation Center. Eric at Yale focuses on healthcare disadvantages, nothing related to race. She also follows at Kamalita. She also follows at Joe Biden's official account. She also follows at the White House. And she follows this man named at the Howie. His name is Howard Foreman. He's a physician, professor, medicine, finance, healthcare, among other topics, former Senate staff, rainbow flag, views of my own. I'm a Bati boy. His words, not mine. That's what he is.
I love you, Carmelita.
Oh, I love you back.
Hey, Colt, what happened, man? I can't hear you.
Hey, chef. By the way, look in
Hey,
the
Zach,
private.
Colt.
Yeah, look in the private chat. And click the link and bring up
Okay.
this image.
Testing.
Yeah, you live. Let me bring this up for brother Negro. Where you at? Negro? Let me see. Meet your new GA.
Yeah, just read the whole thing. He says, yeah, post that up because we're gonna have a chat because this is the factory. This is the factory and at these institutions and how they keep manufacturing new bootlickers every single year. This guy's on the assembly line right now. He's on the assembly line right now.
Okay, let me do this. Let me bring it up. The Negro Factory. Yeah. The bootleg.
Yeah, zoom in extra tight on that. He says he's a first generation African American.
Y'all see that? I think I got my Zoom game in. Y'all see it? Huh?
This dude Nigerian as a mug. He's African as a mug, but he's a first generation African American. See, I'm telling people I'm in the classrooms with these goofies every single day.
Wait, and wait, he's a first generation, which means he's off the boat. And then he says that he's had the privilege of navigating.
Hey, all right. She running the play. It's definitely a think tank, liberal arts. What is it termed? A think tank, liberal arts, a higher education play that's been running here. Because to your point, Negro, that Marseille just to pack her up completely. That whole play in that position for those couple of years during COVID was just so she could get the associate dean position for an entire new grant funded organization on health equity in Yale, which she sits on the board as the dean on that there and just sucks at grant money based off of health equity and making sure all of the faces are melanated so she gets that bag. That's the only thing that's race related is the faces are melanated, but all she's talking about is health equity for the LGBTQIA elemental P bus.
Hang on, brother.
They snubbing, and on top of that, they're snubbing guys like me because I put in for that exact same position, family. You see how that guy looks like similar to me with the braids and he looks like he's melanated like me. This is personal, family.
Hang on.
This is what they do.
Hang on. There's just something. There's something that I need to cook on. As a first generation African American student, I've had the privilege of navigating diverse experiences throughout my life. How many of us in this room, as 10th generation Americans, feel privileged for our diverse experiences on this land? How many of us feel privileged?
Never. And on top of that, he's so privileged, we don't even know that his ancestors probably sold our people. Like, let's really wait. See, I wrote a letter and let him know that this dude is not an African American, you're not a Negro, and you're damn sure not a Black American. So why are you using any of the acronyms? Any of them? See, we need to see. This is the nonsense where I could tell that there's hardly little to no Black American people on these campuses like that, even at the graduate level. We're at a verge of even academic genocide, where our best and our brightest are not getting to these institutions to get the knowledge that's needed to support our own institutions. So when I say that we're dying the death of 1,000 deaths, we're dying the death of 1,000 deaths because of people like me. And they owe us reparations too.
Oh man,
Well, Negro, let's stay on this rail quick.
Hold on, gentlemen.
Okay.
Hold on, gentlemen, real quick. I want to send a major salute to our brother Dimitri for always supporting the program, coming through and putting on the book. Salute, brother Dimitri. Let me do this sound here. Rock this Appreciate you, fam, for always supporting the program. Salute. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, Chef G, just to keep this on the rails. Why?
Yeah.
So what? Why is this important to even go at this angle?
There we
It's
go. Come
very
on.
important because these are the people that they're propping up to these bootlicks to tell them, see, we giving you high melanated faces in high places. Toss out a name. Oh, Marcella and Open Tumbe and yeah, they're handling the black equity for you guys. So run tell that to all of your sheep and tell them we got them. But every single one of these, they get into these organizations, and to be clear, that's the angle that they use because these folks come here and they are perpetual students, y'all. That's the
Shindi
game.
Nandu.
They're perpetual students. They come here just like Kamala's parents. They're perpetual, just like Obama's daddy. They're perpetual students. They come here, get the student grift, and then they never go home. When you look at their lineages, it's always, I came to school here and decided not to go back. And that's the angle that they take. Because they can't take the other grifting angle where it's just you just finesse the bag just on GP. They can't do that yet. That's for White Zaddy. He played that game. We got to infiltrate through these organizations and we'll be the faces. And for the ones that get their Juris Doctorate, those are the Katanji Brown Smith, whatever her name is, that voted to have presidential immunity for Donald Trump. Oh, yes. Never forget, she voted with the majority for that presidential immunity. That's your girl. That's your girl. That's your girl that Biden gave you with the locks. That's your girl who don't even know what a woman is. That's your girl that was getting her Juris Doctorate while she was in them think tanks. They slide them through these organizations, the melanated ones, and they just see it as, well, as long as I can perpetually be some professor as a PhD, possibly make it to assistant dean, my job is done.
You ain't black.
But
I
it's
love
even more
you.
nefarious.
I love you,
But it's even more nefarious because these are the people that they put and harass our youngins that are at these college institutions. They discourage them. They throw them out of these schools so they can't be successful. So we don't even have a fighting chance. That's how deep this. I'm telling you, this is how deep this game gets, family. This is as live as it's gonna get.
Well, hold on, Brother Negro. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to where we need to bring it, though. To leadership, quote unquote. To leadership here, okay? Let's percolate.
It's real. It's real. So all I'm saying is look at us, judge us based on what we do. You're going to see more coming your way. And not only that, within the White House as well. Cedric is the best. Cedric's been with me from the beginning. And Cedric is going to be overseeing a great deal of this, and not all his responsibility, but he's in every single meeting. He's an assistant to the president. He's in every single meeting in the White House, period. And so what we're going to be doing here is making sure that we have diverse hiring, not only and for the main cabinet position and the sub-cabinet positions, but down the line.
Not for the main positions, but the subcategories as well. See, they have a vetting process, y'all. Their vetting process has particular qualifications. These are grift farms, essentially. These are grift farms. You know, chosen melanateds. Because again, we got to understand that the sentiment for such a long time was black folks saying, we got no representation anywhere. There's no black people in these positions of power, quote unquote. So this very party said, listen, okay, that's what you want. We're going to give you that. We're going to give you the color. Knowing at the same very time, even if you're a black American or you are other from somewhere else, Don't matter. They got the same disdain as an honorary degenerate. So yeah, I mean, you got to check off a particular type of box to be in these positions here. And that's years of vetting and understanding that they come through the particular tunnels through their systems to say, okay, yeah, this person is almost prime and ready. Same way they cooked up Barry Soetoro, just like they're cooking up Kamala Harris right now. They cook up all of these people and put them in those positions. These people are made up.
It's going to make a big difference, and within the White House as well. Assistant to the president, there's only 6 of those slots. It matters. And by the way, see, I always kid Kamala by say this, but we're going to have more women than men, as it's looking like now. Okay, that's good because I'm surrounded by women smarter than me, starting off with my wife and my sister. But all kidding aside, this is going to be fully across the board. I'm going to keep the commitment that I said. And here's the thing. And Al, Reverend Al, I think you're right about this. It matters what a president says. And if you notice, I am not mincing my words when I speak about what I plan on doing as president of the United States. The only thing I'm not doing is I'm not engaging in retribution. I am not deciding that the way to win is to go after hate with hate. We have to convince people. We have to move them. And one of the overwhelming reasons I
move them. Isn't that the joy campaign with which your girl Kamala is running on right now? We got to move them. We got to create the excitement. Yeah, you think you slick. That whole party is full of shit. Because it is about the movement. It is about movement. He's right. We got to convince them. We got to move them. This is also the party that said, listen, your patience is running thin. And he did that maybe like a month after he got in office? Start running down on Negroes for not getting the vaccine? Come on, man.
I won, by the way, is because we took on racism in suburbia. White women overwhelmingly voted with me, and black women were the 2 places where it was overwhelming because we spoke to those concerns. And Vanita, you know what I'm talking about. You and I have talked before. I don't carry around a stamp on my head saying progressive and I'm AOC, but I have more of a record of getting things done in the United States Congress than anybody you know.
Walk them niggas down again.
You ain't black.
More than anybody you know. And they just sitting there defeated. Look at Al Sharpton. Cooked.
Anybody you know.
Go ahead.
Yo, brother. I know that Marion Barry wouldn't sit there and take that. I know that. Who else another black? I know that Eric Mays wouldn't take that. I know a couple of brothers that in the politic realm that wouldn't take that nonsense that Joe Biden's spewing. I'm just pointing it out there.
Yeah. Let's play a little bit more of this, family.
Of getting things accomplished. And that's self-serving. I know that. But this is going to really be hard. This is going to really be hard. And let me conclude and turn it over to Kamala, who says, what the hell am I doing with this guy right now? But all kidding aside, I've known you my whole life, most of you. I've worked with you my whole life, most of you. I've been around doing this for a long time. I don't always get it right, but I always take responsibility. When I get it wrong, I acknowledge I got it wrong. But my overarching objective, if we cannot make significant progress on racial equity, this country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics.
Oh, I love you back.
Who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Question for you, Brother Chef. He said that he's been around here for a long time. He said that he's done this for a long time. He says he doesn't always get it right, but he does acknowledge his mistakes. Has he acknowledged the 94 crime bill? Has he atoned for it? Just asking. Because he said that he's the man to atone and to recognize. And I haven't seen that. I haven't heard him say shit about the 94 crime bill. Has he done that?
Not in one iota, Brother Vader. I have not heard him own up to that in any way, shape, or form. And you know what? Even with that being said, your girl Kamala said, you know what? Even watching Joe Biden do his thing, I wouldn't do anything different than what he's done. Even in this term. So yeah, nobody sees anybody at fault. You know, this is business as usual. Go ahead.
Them niggas in the room let him off the hook with that. I mean, that was a great time. That was a great opportunity to be like, hey, Joe, what about 94 crime?
Well, look at all of them. Still very defeated, even in this very moment. Them Negroes ain't saying shit. Go ahead, Brother Cope.
So I had the numbers here. It says that Trump's share of the white female electorate, the claim was 53% figure turned out to be erroneous in 2016. The corrected analysis eventually pegged Trump's share of the white female electorate closer to 47%. That's 2016. Now, when we get down to 2020, it says here, and I quote, November 2020 exit polls stated that amongst white women, Trump still held their support. An estimated 55% of white women voted for Trump. That's at least a 2 to 4 point increase for this demographic since the previous election.
Yep.
Didn't he just say?
Yep.
Didn't he? You know what? I want to alley-oop this one to my guy, Brother Vader. Because you a man of numbers, like we all are on this panel. What did Biden just say, Vader? I got to clean out
he said,
the adobo out of my ears.
I heard him. He said that white women and black women held him. That's what he said. He said majority white women. He lied. Just like he lied when he said that he's the man to hold himself accountable. He lied. Just like
when you talking to all your relatives at the next cookout, at the next family meeting, when you talk to all your relatives, you ask them what is wrong with Donald Trump. Like I've done even with my relatives. I bet y'all gonna get the same thing I got, which is, well, he just lies so much.
Man.
Hold on, let's bring it back. I don't want Black America to go too far from this, right? Let's not go too far, you know. Let me play some more.
Wrong. But my overarching objective, if we cannot make significant progress on racial equity, this country is doomed.
It's doomed, family.
Oh, I love you back.
I love you.
Okay. It's doomed. Go ahead, Brother Bader.
So the onus is upon us to fix this problem, right? But it's when he need support, right? And he keeps doing this us we shit when it's actually talking about fixing our problems. He actually throws it back to us, right? If we can't do something about this racial equity, we'll fix it, nigga. Give us the grants that you're offering everyone else. Give us what's owed to us as a debt, right?
No, if you can't fix it, then to hell with you.
Stop handicapping these people above us just by jumping across the border.
To
right?
hell with you, brother Vader. What are you talking? Listen, hold on.
It is doomed, not just because of African Americans.
This
Not
country's
just
doomed, not just
because.
because of you niggas.
It's not
See
just
how
because of y'all. Not just because of you, brother Q. You know, not just because of you. And then here's what I want to make sense though, family. This is why I'm planning it back. All right, we believe in providing value. So salute to y'all who always come through and rock with us. We believe in providing value. Okay. Now we're hearing it from Biden. You know, he can tell some bullshit, but there is some truth, right? And what he's about to say, I will say that this is part of that truth that he admits to.
But because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Let's stop right there. We're going to have to start working with Hispanics. No. What this plan reveals, and this is why we got to make it make sense, family. What he's saying is very true because they made sure of it by opening up the borders and continuing to keep those borders wide open. So making up a larger population than we do, and then financially infusing them and positioning them above us. No, he was wrong about one little thing. You're going to have to start working with. No, you're going to have to start working for.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
They're being they're being granted land and title. They are knighted across the border.
You're going to have to start working for, because they're being propelled to be business owners in the communities where we used to reside. Okay. And they're being giving home ownership where we used to live. Okay.
You know, Brother Lone Wolf has a double entendre that matches right here with what you're saying. Right there in the chat. He got a double entendre. If we're not willing to take it, we don't deserve it. And that could be said two ways.
Shout out to the Wolf being in the cloud as usual. Shout out to real quick to our brother Wolf, Juan J. Johnson in the building.
Respect the brother Lone Wolf. Brother Lone Wolf, if we're not willing to take it, we don't deserve it. And if we're not willing to take it, we don't deserve it.
That's a wolf fact.
Right?
That's a
like
wolf
if
fact.
we're not willing to take what they're giving us, then we don't deserve it. Right? But if we're not willing to take it, we don't deserve it.
Well, here in this very plan, well, let's look at it real quickly and closely. In this very plan, y'all, when Biden says that they make up a larger population, then how do we avoid then not becoming their workforce? Ladies and gentlemen, should this be true? Which it is, right? Which it is, and when it comes to the amount of population, how do we avoid becoming that? So again, you're dealing with a machine, and then here's the diabolical part about it, ladies and gentlemen. We've been forced to financially contribute to our own deprivation and genocide. We are also financing our permanent bottom class status, ladies and gentlemen. We're financing that via taxes, etc.
That's
We're
right.
financing it.
That's right.
Okay. See, this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to be honest with ourselves about. Legislation any whatever form of liberation that comes to Black America, it's not going to be voted upon. Brother Wolf talks about this all the time. I mean, he even just said it just now. If we're not willing to take it, we don't deserve it. You're not going to go to a government who looks at a particular class of people in a depraved position, okay, and say, okay, now let's look out for those people that we really don't want to have nothing to do with anyway, because they were supposed to be our work class. They was always supposed to be our work class. But those Negroes got smart. Those Negroes, quote unquote, got uppity. So,
Brother,
yeah,
sorry,
go
go
ahead, brother. No,
I was
go
just
ahead.
gonna say, I'm just, when you're speaking on we're financing this, we are financing this. Again, you have it up on the screen, 600,000 times 25,000. That's and it's each year. Okay. That's $15 billion a year that the Black community is helping to finance, because there's no money. Go back to ours. Go. That's the Kamalita page. This is the Kamala page, right? There's no money.
I love you back.
Right? There's no money that the government is granting here. These are loan. One, this is a loan, and two, you got to qualify for it, and three, if you get it, you got to pay it back. So there's no money coming. This is not coming out of tax dollars. But the Kamalita page, go back to the Kamalita page.
Hold on, let me give you that. Hold on now.
Yeah. So this
I love you
Kamalita page,
back.
I love you too. This Kamalita page got $15 billion annually going into their community that are grants. That is coming out of tax money. That's coming out your pocket. So you D9ers and you alphabets that go in and you got this melanated skin and you come from this soil, you're voting. When you go in there and you vote for this shit, you not only are you paying for it, you're saying, yes, this is what I want to do. I want you to take my money. That's what you're voting for. So just look at that. It's right there on the screen. The math's right there. That's down payment assistance. That's a grant. That's not a loan.
That's absolutely a fucking grant. Absolutely.
Everything on our page is a fucking loan. That's banks making money off of us. Shit.
That's the ladies and gentlemen, that is what we were talking about.
Truth be told, in fact, hang on. Let me just really carefully go over that one more time. Just
really go over that.
Yeah, provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to 20 grand. Okay, go back to the Kamalita page.
Hold on. Yeah.
Latinos get no interest loans, bro. Okay, where's no interest on our page? Where's the no interest on our page? Go back to our page. See, that's why you got to read this shit, right?
You got to read.
You got to read
I love you back.
I love you too.
Diabolical, man.
Okay. So everything that has to do with money on this page is banks making money off of Black entrepreneurs. Okay. If we get a loan, we got to pay it back with interest. They making money. Okay. Go back to the Latino, the Kamalita page. Them niggas, nobody's making money off of no Latinos, and they getting free money. Two kind of ways. They getting free loans and free down payment assistance. Okay. Shit, nigga, you can't push nothing by Vader's lightsabers. Shit.
Hey, pull it. Peep this though. This is the difference between generalization and specificity right here.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Generalizations and specificity right here. Listen, let me read it. Let me walk with y'all. Can we walk, family? Can we walk? Listen. Let's go to the help Latino men and others start and grow small businesses with no interest loans or deferred loan repayments. Did you hear that? Deferred loan repayments and fully forgivable loans of up to $20K. Let's go to the nigga plan. Okay? Yeah. Provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to $20K for Black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Okay? Now we go to cryptocurrency for niggas. Okay? Legalize recreational marijuana. Where is the marijuana for the Latinos? They don't smoke weed? Why are we getting weed and they getting a long-term care?
I love to smoke the weed. I love to smoke it. Yes.
What? Yeah, family. So I love you back.
I love you back.
I love you, Calamelita.
Yeah, y'all.
Wait, Chef. I got a question.
Talk
Underneath the Constitution, I thought that everything has to be equal and fair, right? How is this plan equal and fair? And where are these conservatives and these all lives matter type of guys calling this out?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Most of
bro.
these all lives matter crackles are Latinos, bro. A lot of these cops that pull you over and they look white and sound white, and then their name is Rodriguez, Nunez. Man, this for them too.
Right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I just had to bring this up. Yeah, I just wanted to bring this to y'all, family, just make it make sense. It was necessary to touch on this. I just came across the desk. But I definitely want to hear from y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Is this the admission of another jukes in the making? Or is it just they said, listen, you wanna get over on niggas, just put it in writing. Cause they don't like to read. Huh? Y'all definitely let's get up in the comment section, man. Let me know what your thoughts on this particular, the difference between these two plans and who did a better job of putting us in the shitty position. Is it Kamala or is it Joe Biden? Or are we looking at two heads of the same shitty environment, family? Let me go to the brothers real quick here. Brother Vader. Matter of fact, let me go to the Negro. Brother Negro. Actually, let me go to Coke. Pardon me, y'all. Coke, man. Let them know. You got the last word, man. What's your take on this, man? As we wrap this thing up. Oh, they done zap Coke. Okay, they done zap Coke. Brother Negro, sir. I know you over there whispering under the table. Man, let them know what you got shaking and coming down the pipeline, Brother Negro.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got me behind the wall, family. They got me behind the wall. It happens. And also school season too.
Yes,
but
indeed.
Right now, what I got going on right now, we have a Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'll make sure that for those that want to contribute, please contribute and support. We'll have gift baskets for the victims of breast cancer in our community. That's something that and we'll also have a male version as well. It'll be coming out in September as well, so you guys can be on the lookout for that. Also, on November the 20th, we will be having our Negro Fall Retreat, and it's open to Negro, Black American people, and people from the lineage. Please come in, please show out, and have a great, great time. So those are a couple of things that we'll be working on. and I'll definitely want to see you guys out there in Delaware.
Salute to the brother Negro for checking in, man. Much love and respect to the brother Negro for always checking in and riding with us, family. Definitely, y'all go check out his. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Also, want to send a major thank you to our brother Juan J. Johnson for hitting the Cash App, supporting the program tonight. Salute to our brother Juan. Sound the alarm. Appreciate brother Juan J. Johnson, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Brother Coke, are you back, sir? Okay, Coke is still zapped. All good. Brother Vader, man, let him know what's shaking coming down the pipeline for the base app and yourself, sir. What we can look forward to.
Absolutely. So first of all, let me just shout out to Sister Star, Brother Juan, Brother Q, yourself, Brother Chef, Brother Negro, other people who have donated to the base app. Your donations are appreciated. A lot of some of you have reached back and given me some ads to put up on the Lo-Fi channel. The Lo-Fi channel is going with some of the ads. We haven't fully branded the Lo-Fi channel yet, but once we do, it's going to be permanent. Like right now, I'm just testing, but it's up and running, and people are there are ads that are running, and one gentleman donated to the base app in two kind of ways. He donated some money and reached out to me over X, and he's actually made 150 business contribution to the pins in the base app. A lot most of these, if not all of them, are Black American certified, so that's great. So yeah, check in with the base app, help us beta test. You can donate to the Cash App that you see right there on the screen, $ Vader base as in the instrument like you see on your screen, and help us keep going. We're still cleaning up our database and adding things to it. And once that database is once I feel like we have a good enough product to put out there for you, we're going to finalize and put them in the app stores. So that's where we are right now.
Most definitely, Brother Vader. Salute and appreciate you for always checking in and riding with us, man. And, much progress to what's happening with the Vader base, man. I love to see the development of what you got going on there, man. It's phenomenal to watch. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a phenomenal broadcast. I hope we woke it up enough for you, ladies and gentlemen, to take this information and see that there's definitely a jukes amongst us, ladies and gentlemen, in the near future. And Kamala can't wait to be that puppet to go ahead and usher the jukes in against Black America, right? That other bullshit is just another diabolical play to get us up out the way. So yeah, Kamala is on the job, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, I want to thank all of y'all for joining us here today, family. Make sure y'all go ahead and get in that comment section, man. Let us know what are some potential ways that Black America, these diabolical plans that are being put out against us and set up to look like they're beneficial for our community. Y'all let your boy know, man, in the near future. Also, don't hesitate to go over to the Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday, we getting cooking. For real, for real. So I would definitely love to see y'all there, man. It will be a live experience, and we will be cooking it up. Kamala collard green egg rolls is on the menu, along with the duck and pork sauce, ladies and gentlemen. And I will be showing you how to do that, along with giving you the recipes to execute. Also, don't hesitate to support the program if you'd like to in the near future. $ FTS49, or you can go ahead and do so via Vimeo, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you all for joining us here today. And as always, remember, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out.